The story of Canada's legislature and parliament buildings is not one you can easily imagine. Amazingly, it involves different countries, buildings, and locations before its current spot in Ottawa, and even heroes. The story starts with the construction of Chateau St Louis in 1648, from where the French governed New France, which becomes the province of Quebec. In 1763, at the Treaty of Paris, France trades the province of Quebec, the future Canada, for a few islands in the Gulf of St. Lawrence and the Caribbean, as well as for peace with the British. Therefore, for the next 28 years, a British governor rules from the chateau in Quebec City. When America gains their independence from Britain in 1776, thousands of British loyalists migrate north to the British territory, desiring a new place to live. In order to satisfy the different needs, the province of Quebec is divided into Upper and Lower Canada in 1791, each with their own parliament and government. The one in Lower Canada is located in Quebec City, the one in Upper Canada in Newark, today's Niagara-on-the-Lake. In 1796, it moves to York, or today's Toronto. During the War of 1812, American troops attack and burn down the Parliament in York. In retaliation for that burnt Parliament, British troops stationed in Upper Canada counterattacked the United States in 1814 and burned down the White House in Washington, D.C. Finally, in 1841, tired of the uprising and political fighting in Upper and Lower Canada, the British government in London, England accepts to join both together into the United Province of Canada. From that point, there is only one Parliament of Canada. That first Parliament is located in Kingston. Yet Kingston is small and vulnerable to American attack. So 3 years later, in 1844, the Parliament is relocated to Montreal. However, a group of English-speaking rioters, spurred on by a newspaper article about the Rebellion Losses Bill, burned down that building in 1849. Hence, the Parliament moves again. It first moved to Toronto for 2 years, and then to Quebec City from 1851 to 1855. Parliament then moves back to Toronto again from 1855 to 1859. Meanwhile, in 1857, Queen Victoria, after being asked 3 times since 1840, chooses a permanent capital for Canada, Ottawa, and commissions the construction of the first Parliament buildings on Parliament Hill. Though a permanent site is chosen, the Parliament moves once again back to Quebec City until 1865. Finally, by 1865, the first stage of construction of the new Parliament in Ottawa is complete, in time to host the final session of the Parliament of the Province of Canada in 1866, before Canadian Confederation in 1867. Nevertheless, there is more to this story of the Canadian Parliament buildings. During World War I, on a cold February evening in 1916, a fire starts in a pile of newspapers in the reading room of the Parliament. It spreads very quickly throughout the dry wood in the building, forcing people to run, some with precious works of art, and jump out of the burning building into the cold winter night. Yet the hero of this night is the library clerk Michael McCormick, who has the presence of mind to stop and close the heavy metal library doors before leaving. Without his heroic act and a bit of luck in the direction of the wind, the entire book collection of Canada would have been lost, as the fire burns for hours until the entire center block is destroyed. The Canadian government meets in the Victoria Memorial, now the Nature Museum, until 1919, when the new Parliament, built now with stone, opens in 1920. The Parliament is finally fully finished by July 1, 1927, when the Peace Tower is dedicated as a memorial to Canada's fallen soldiers. The inauguration ceremony marks the first live coast-to-coast radio broadcast in Canada. The Canadian Parliament we see today is a monument to all Canadians throughout history that have fought for the democracy and peace so that all, from sea to sea to sea, could be united as one country. The present changes the future, but knowing the past changes the present. To learn more about history, visit geohistorymap.com. If you like this MPO video, please click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our YouTube channel for more historical videos.